Hello, it's Barbara Dertina, and I'm coming to you live, and it's About Me Monday. And I just thought I'd make this recording because I keep posting different things and explaining my business. And I thought it would be easier just explaining it really in a little Zoom. But my business is Wellness Matters, You Matter. And I have experienced the loss of a daughter to suicide and parental alienation. And so, and I'm a former teacher, classroom teacher, and I was called to VIP Kids. I love the versatility. I love the virtualness, but I am coming forth with health. And I started off with physical health when I found these products that are the first trend in market. I mean, if you're Google, if you're Apple, if you are Microsoft, you would love those opportunities to know about them. Well, I became aware of an opportunity like that in the health arena. Do you think we need that now? Absolutely. And I found this from actually in Jacksonville, Florida. I was living in Atlantic Beach, and I'm divorced, and I was a single mom. My kids are grown. Well, actually, my one daughter took her life at 15. And so it has been a long, hard time. And so I went to hear our news anchor in Jacksonville, who was a 3-time breast cancer survivor, and they shared this information. And actually, I was with another company. I was with a skincare type of company that, again, was first to market with healthy products because I always come from health. So I'm with a company called Life Vantage. We are a publicly traded company. We are on the NASDAQ. We pulled the closing bell switch 2 years ago, just as the pandemic was starting on Wall Street. We are a huge, viable, science-based company. And as I said, I found it through our news anchor. It was through the director of a nonprofit for women surviving cancer. I used to do trunk shows with my skincare and makeup because at that time, all the products had major chemicals in them. And I am about health. So when I was doing this trunk show, the director of that, in fact, she's a former teacher and taught children with disabilities, incredible teacher, but she suffered 2 different kinds of cancer, and she was drawn to create this nonprofit. And I used to do trunk shows there because then women start looking at labels. It was an incredible place and what she was doing in the world. And so she sponsored the news anchor to come and talk about healthy living. Now, this news anchor had 3-time breast cancer survivor. The Mayo Clinic is there. Do you don't think this person was under the top people? And it's like, what else can I do? She's a marathon runner. She hosts a marathon that thousands and thousands of people come to every year to support, the community work she does with breast cancer, to help people when their salaries are lost. Think about it. And a good friend of hers, she saw this ABC Primetime News investigative report about this product. John Quinones did a special now that was in 2005, and it finally rolled out in retail. It was in CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, GNC, all of that, and she was buying it on the shelf. But our company was not making money. We were always a biotech company. And when ABC came to do that special investigative report, they were a small biotech company, but the discovery was so significant. They came like 60 Minutes, like 2020, to want to debunk the science. But instead, it's so true that all these universities and colleges and research institutions wanted to research it. So fast forward today, what happened to me was I went, oh my gosh, this is breakthrough, new paradigm in health, medical breakthrough technology. We're first to market. We have incredible studies, peer-reviewed science, patents, global. And so I left the skincare industry where anyone can go to the store now and get good products. And so I've been building that. But I always knew in the back of my mind that I needed to do something about wellness and in honor of my daughter. She was 15 years old. My divorce turned into a conflicted divorce because I hate labeling, but I stayed 10 years too late, afraid to leave a 20-year marriage because narcissism and control. Back then, they didn't even talk about those words. You didn't know about it. I just thought a controlling husband, and I felt like I was suffocating. I was going to die if I stayed. And so I lost a daughter to suicide. And here, 25 years later, I am still battling parental alienation. So my why has been to create leverage residual income so that I can be a speaker and a spokesperson to talk about this epidemic in our society, and our children are the collateral damage and no one is listening. Our courts, our family law, our therapists even do not understand the significance of parental alienation with our children. They're being treated like a commodity in a marriage. It's different in other countries, but this is a global epidemic. And I got bonked on the head that suicide is rampant. Here we are in this pandemic situation, and now I've been cut off from a grandson. I was sort of back in her life a little bit. Meanwhile, I was the stay-at-home mom. I mean, when I look back, it's so easy with this. We're like the forgotten people, to be angry, to be lost, depression. I can go on and on, but I don't want to because I can't live in that dark space. So it's been very rewarding teaching all the young children on VIP Kids. And one of them, I almost feel like he's my grandson. I've taught him for a long time. And he even came to the States because they own a home here and was here for about 6 months. And I still taught him. And then he went back to China. So there's a long-term relationships. Meanwhile, I'm not able to teach my own grandson who just turned 5. So I just wrote a book, in a compilation book, about overcoming the things in your life. So I know that's a lot to take in. But here's what I want to say. I have a leveraged residual income company that I am building that is one of the most. Erin Brockovich is on our board. She is not just in any board. And since it came out, we have a skincare line. And she said it's the only skincare line that she will use. She's about sustainability. She is about health. Think about it with water situation. She put herself on the line. So you don't think she's going to stand for a company that stands behind and brings something forth that is important? So that is one area of my business. We are in other countries, and we are also in China. So that's one arm of my business. And then the emotional wellness, because we know it all contributes to disease. So I've just become certified in Reiki. So maybe you've seen me post lots of different things because my wellness focus is total wellness. And that comes down to emotional wellness, meditation. Our children need to learn coping skills through trauma. Our adults, and look at the situation we're in now as far as income going away. This is stressful. So I've put together a Reiki sessions twice a week that are a group Reiki that is $20, so that's affordable for people. And of course, doing one-on-one sessions. I teach meditation, and I'm starting some subscription-based things for people that have lost somebody for suicide. If you're dealing with huge trauma, if you are, it's so much despair when you're a parent, whether it's a husband or a wife or a grandparent, when you are in parental alienation, it is like you are locked in jail for something you didn't commit and you're disgraced fraudulently, and the courts aren't there to support you. It really is a dark space. I'm going to get choked up because I've lived in this space for 25 years. So I want to bring the light, and I created a subscription program for 2 Reiki sessions. And I've learned the significance of tapping. I'm very involved with all the holistic people that are in the Palm Beach area. And all of these modalities are for our well-being. We can be drugged to death. But when I'm in a health business, especially with the nutrigenomic product business, I hear and see stories over years where all of those drugs, all of those treatments did not work for that person. There is an important space for Western medicine, and I am not going against that, but we need a blend. And I believe for our emotional intelligence and everything we've been through here in the pandemic is we're all in dysregulation. And now with losing so much of income, because I've been doing this to build my leveraged income and such, but even though it's virtual, it's not as flexible as what my leveraged income is. And so it's stressful. And I realized the benefits of and why I did create a residual income and leveraged income, because going through a divorce, I experienced so much loss after building for 21 years, and anyway, I'm not even going to go into all that space, but we do have presentations all the time. My mentors are the top people in the company. My top mentor has over $200,000 going through just China and $1 million a month. She was a financial analyst and financial advisor in Washington, D.C. Why would somebody join a company like this? I have reached out and posted some things. And then also there are people trying to direct us, which I have listened to on YouTube, because it's like, okay, where can we go? What can we pivot? And been poo-pooed about all the people reaching out and sharing their experiences. But with shopping and everything else now, it has become online commerce. It is not something wonky. When I first started this, people weren't buying that much online. People didn't trust it. Now it is mainstream. So all they do is take the advertising dollars of all those celebrities that are in the magazines, on TV, and all of that money goes to marketing, because we are the social marketers. We are the word of mouth people. When my company started, they were retail, but the people in the store didn't even know the value of this product compared to the millions of other bottles that were on the shelf. And they brought in consultants, top scientists, going, what? We have to change. You're suggesting that we change our business model? But since we have, it's grown like crazy, because we are telling a story. We are telling our testimonies. We are giving you the peer-reviewed science that's in the National Institute of Health. So please have an open mind. We are all in this together. And just like VIP Kids and our careers in this space, look at all the beautiful Facebook pages where everyone is lifting each other up. People share their rewards. People share their Google slides. People share information because we're not sure of the information that we're getting. Well, 10 times that when you are with a good network marketing company. When I lost my daughter, talk about despair of not being able to save your child. I had my daughter court ordered for counseling. She wouldn't talk to anyone. My ex-husband blocked her. He told her not to talk to people. He drilled that into their heads and blah, blah, blah. This sort of saved my life, because you are with positive, uplifting people. People are successful when you are successful. However, people are not pushing you. It's up to you what you want. Maybe you just want to make enough to pay for your own products, because let me tell you, you should be on these products. And I'd love to share more about those. So today I just felt like it made more sense doing a Zoom and being able to post that on our About Me Monday, because maybe you want some of the services because you're dealing with a lot. Maybe you want to develop a leveraged income business. We have a middle class. And when you get to the middle class ranks, you get to share profits sold all around the world. So let's say people for 5 years have built a serious business in other countries. You get paid on that. A little bit, just like an affiliate, but you get paid globally. So what that also creates is everyone helping each other. Because when I looked at this company, I looked at the culture of the company, because going through so much trauma, I can't be with a cutthroat or non-integrous company. I used to be in sales. I cannot sell anything that I don't believe in, that I don't use myself, that I don't stand behind 100%. If you knew what I knew, you'd be blown away. But what I do know is this is an opportunity of a lifetime. And I love essential oils and I love candles. Well, I don't love candles that much anymore. I think they're sort of dangerous, but you have to go with what speaks to you. But there's a million people doing fragrance, oils. I can go to the store and get oils. And that's what was happening with makeup and skincare. And then I'd have to retool and spend, $1,000 to get all the new colors and all the changed products. And, I saw that that was really kind of wonky and feeding the corporate culture. And actually that company has been bought out by different huge corporations at this point. However, people compare things to companies going out of business. Companies go out of business in every sector. Mike's husband was a professor in the Graduate School of Business. Have you ever been to a gym and gone there and the doors closed? I've gone through a number of gyms where I've paid for the year. What about the bridal stores? What about all restaurants? Companies go out of business. So you have to do your due diligence. You have to, for me, I looked at unique products that can only be purchased through the company. Our customers get the same wholesale pricing as I do as a distributor. We have 80% are customers. This is not a get in, get in, get in, get in. I want to work with people that want to do what I do and I can help them. I'm not interested in having a revolving door of people because I'm investing in you or your family or your friends or whoever I'm available and my mentors are available. So I want people to want to do what speaks to their soul and to feel comfortable with that. So people give a black eye to an industry that I think is the fairest and most wonderful industry. It saved my life after I lost my daughter. Just listening to the calls, just being with positive people that cared about me. Sometimes I couldn't do anything, but I could listen to the calls. Back then they didn't have Zoom. And it really did, when I thought about it, it really was a lifeline for me. So I know this is longer than I wanted to, but I wanted to dispel some things because I don't see anything else available that is like this. I thought I had a good gig with VIP Kids and teaching online, but the faucet turned off overnight. Even knowing that information and even being proactive in thinking of other ways of increasing those different revenue sources. And we need to have multiple revenue sources in today's market. And one other thing that just came to my mind that I think is incredible, and I have, everyone on here has degrees, and many, I have graduate hours, but I don't have a master's. Mike's husband had a PhD. There are 2,000 doctors in our company because of the effects and the science. It's not like a Me Too product and another juice, another shake, another whatever. But I have seen dropouts from high school achieve much more than me. It's how they say it, who they know, a lucky person that came to them looking for. Everyone is on an even playing field, having the same exact opportunity. And it's a matter of what you do with it. I have found that a lot of people that poo-poo this either went with really scammy companies or companies that didn't have a system, they didn't have the resources, that were privately owned, or that person didn't develop the skills in order to be successful. So you cannot blame a whole industry that they teach in Harvard and other business schools as a viable business model, that it's bad because it didn't work for you. And that's all I intend to say is explore things, because I think this is I know from all the stories I know in our company of people thanking somebody from getting out of the box and sharing the information. That's all we do is share the information. It's up to you if you choose. And we want people to have access to this information. And then it's up, you decide, that's all. And if we put pressure, it's pushing pressure on ourselves. And I certainly have been approached by a number of companies, and some are very pushy. But we don't have to be that way because people are looking for what we have. So that is one really fast and easy way but it does take time to develop things, just like starting VIP Kid. We had to market ourselves. We had to wait for slots to fill up. It wasn't overnight getting a salary the next day. But I see so many incredible people in this company and the other online schools that have the skills that are very transferable to a network marketing company. A self-starter, look at what time we get up for time change. Responsibility. educating yourself and taking more trainings and certifications. I could go on and on. If you have been successful on this platform, I feel you can absolutely be successful in a network marketing platform if it is the one, but do your due diligence. All companies are not the same, just like any other company, just like this online company. And I have to say, I wonder how VIP Kid is keeping viable. Even making some of those little pivots. Can you imagine retooling, remarketing your whole gigantic company that was almost set to go public? So I am a rambler right now because I'm passionate, but I wanted to explain what I do. There's many different things that can participate in. And, if you have ideas of partnership too, maybe, our kids need this emotional wellness. And that's really where I started, is that our children need to be able to navigate through divorce, through separation. So many people aren't marrying. So the chances of them having their parents with them their whole life they need to know what to believe, who to believe, to stand on their own and be their own beautiful superhero person. And my passion is with the children, because unless things will change, it has to start with our children. And anyway, contact me if there's anything here that you're interested in. My website is still being developed because I haven't put all the things that I do on there yet. I've just been trying to do damage control with pivoting and gathering marketing and materials and such. I love you all. I love that this Facebook page is still able to be viable, because I think the South Florida page has been the most heartwarming, helpful, and neutral and professional of the Facebook pages that I've been a part of in this space. Thank you. And I'm in Jupiter, the Jupiter area, and I'm from Miami. I've lived a lot of places, but South Florida I love, and I'd love to get to know you all. Thanks for listening to me. And please, and if it's even not for you, but you know someone that this could be a good fit for, please send them my way. Thanks. Bye.